Hey y'all. So let me just get comfortable here. The reason why the background is different is because I am a pet sitter, and because of the job that I do have, it allows me to have some freedom. Sorry, I had to let this focus. Oh my god. Today, the first video is we're gonna get to like know me a little bit, because after some shit that happened this morning, I figured like, why not talk about it? I can make it into a story time. Well, let's start from the very beginning. My mom had me when she was 15 years old. So I don't even know. She had me when she was 15. Like, that's really all I could say about that. And then from as long as I can remember, she has always been like off the walls crazy bitch. For as long as I can remember, she was a drinker for a while, come home like drunk, whatever, and then she started having issues with it. Then she would drive around with me drunk in the car. She'd get into car crashes, and then she broke her leg and then went on to being addicted to oxys. And I don't really know what happened after that, but I basically think that just because oxy was so expensive, she started using heroin, and that's pretty much been like the rest of my life. But she's constantly like stealing from us and whatnot. And by us, I mean my grandparents. I live with my grandparents. She's not supposed to be living in the house, but since she has nowhere else to go, she has to stay with us, so she's not like homeless, whatever. You know, she's always stealing from my grandparents, and like she was stealing money from them. Like, they had like a big box of change upstairs, and like obviously the box started to go missing. Like the box, like the amount of change in it started to decrease. And like when I say like change, I mean like a lot of change. So like she was stealing like a lot of change, so it was adding up to a lot of money, so she could buy drugs with it. And then actual shit started to go missing in the house. Like like my grandma loves gift cards, and she has a whole bunch of them, and all the gift cards that she had started to go missing. Everyone started locking up their doors at night to be able to like go to sleep and know that no one's shit was gonna get taken. Which, like, when you think about that, like, how ridiculous does that sound to you? Like, honestly, just like think about it. The fact that you have to lock yourself in your room at night, lock away all of your possessions, so the little fucking skunk in the house doesn't come and steal it. I don't know why I said skunk. And like they say that they're helping her and whatever, like now that she's like relapsed or whatever, like I don't even care. And she said like all kinds of nasty things to me, like, you know, she wished she never had me, whatever. So like this isn't just like me hating on her because she has issues. This is like me hating on her because she hates me back, and also because she has always been like a terrible mother to me. So like, I don't know, I'm sure some people are gonna be like, oh, but like you're supposed to love your mother because she's your mother. Like, no, like we literally hate each other so much, and we have been forced to live in the same house together. Like, oh, you're supposed to love your mother, whatever. Like, no, like she literally picked like her like disgusting ass boyfriend over me once, because when she got back from rehab and she was doing well, then she started to get back with her ex, and I was like, look, I was like, you're not gonna have me and him in the picture at the same time, because he's always been like such a jerk to me. Always called me ugly, always called me like a whore, and told me that I was gonna get pregnant soon, and like just all kinds of nasty shit that like you shouldn't be saying to your girlfriend's daughter. And then ever since then, it's just been like one thing after the next, and now it's been like all these like lashes out of anger, like, oh, I wish I never had you, like you are gonna end up pregnant, this, that, like you're a dirtbag, you're human trash, everything like that. And she literally has like the role of the child in the house, and I have like the role of like the adult. Like my mental age is like, it like surpasses her. She's always like throwing tantrums about how like my grandparents won't buy food for her, and how like they won't buy things for her, and how they won't give her enough money to get out of the house because she fucking hates me so much that she can't live with me. Well, maybe if she didn't, you know, use all her money on heroin, she'd have money to leave. But basically, this is where the story time comes in. This is where I guess it all starts. You know, she I don't even like, she like I guess they found heroin like in her room one day, and then she must have had like days worth of stashes to just shoot up like every like 20 minutes to an hour. because they kept tossing up her room and finding more heroin and finding more needles. And they would throw it in the garbage, and then they would go back in there and she'd be high again. She would lock herself in the bathroom, she'd be high again. So they'd toss up her room, find some more heroin, throw it in the garbage. 20 minutes later, she was high again. And that process literally lasted for, I think it was like 3 days. Like I said, she doesn't pay for anything, so my grandparents were paying for her phone bill, and they took her cell phone away so she can't go buy more heroin, which pretty much just resulted in her going to the park and taking walks and then coming back high. Or she would jump out the window and get high when my grandparents were like, you can't leave this house if you want to stay here. You need to get clean, you need to do the right thing, you need to take your medication that helps you get off of heroin. She started like fucking with me because I had 2 vape juices that were my friends, and they were in my pockets in the bathroom, and like usually like whatever, like I got undressed, went in the shower, and I left my clothes in like a little pile in the bathroom, and I forgot about them at first. And my boyfriend was over, so we went downstairs. I forgot about my clothes. I come back and my pockets are empty. And I was like, in my head, I was like thinking for a second, like, where could I put this shit? You know what I mean? And then I'm like, so now I'm tossing up my room. I'm like tossing up underneath my bed, underneath my couch, underneath, like in between the cushions, on the other side of the laundry room, because I figured maybe it got like mixed up in the laundry. No. So then I was like, all right, well, that only leaves one possible explanation, and it's a very possible explanation that she stole them from me. In my head, I'm like, why would she even want to take that? You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have a vape, so why would she want it? But I figured maybe she could like make like a trade with it if her drug dealer vapes or whatever. And I don't know why she I don't know, but then I ended up, telling my grandparents, like, look, like, first thing in the morning, because it was like real late at night, first thing in the morning, I'm tossing up her room and I'm finding it. And I was like, I don't want to hear anything about it. I was like, I would like it if you would check her bag, because every time something goes missing, they check her pocketbook. But when I asked, of course, they were like, no, like, there's no way she would have taken it. She doesn't have a vape, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, well, she steals fucking gift cards that she can't even use because she never leaves the house and whatever. Like, there's obviously, like, there's a reason for everything. She could have thought she could make a trade. Who knows? Maybe she was, like, dipping them on her, like, cigarettes or whatever. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, she's a fucking fiend. Like, she could have done anything with that shit. While I was going through her room again, he was like, oh, what did I tell you? Like, get out. So I was like, no, like, I know it's in here. And I was like, I tossed up my room, I tossed up everything. And they were like, and he was like, well, why would she want it? And as he said that, I turn around and I see the shits on her bookshelf, like 2 like full things of vape juice. So I was just like, and I picked them up and I showed them to him, and he was like, oh, like, whatever. He didn't say I'm sorry or anything, but I just looked at him and I was like, exactly. And I'm just gonna insert my Snap story here.
Hey y'all, so me and my mom definitely don't have a good relationship, and we're not supposed to be living in the house together, but we do, and she's always stealing shit from everyone in the house, and now that includes me too. She used to steal gift cards from my grandparents and trade them for heroin, and I guess she thought it was a good idea to steal my friend's vape juices that were in my pocket, and no one in the house believed me. They were like, well, why would she take that, blah blah, and I was like, because she's a fucking fiend and it says nicotine on the bottle. So I took it upon myself to go look through her room, and I found both bottles. So now, when she goes to look for it, there's gonna be a little note there. They were right here.
So yeah, if you couldn't tell, that note said, hey, like with like an exclamation point and a heart, and I was like, I took back what you stole from me, and then I put my name and then like a smiley face, because I've never really wanted to be like petty with her, and like I usually don't talk to her because I just like to keep my distance. But this time I'm so sick and tired of it, because like it wasn't even my shit, and she just felt the need to take it. And like I said, like, this isn't like an interesting, funny video, but I just wanted to give people more of like an insight as to like what my life is, and to just give people like an opportunity to like talk about their lives in the comments, or if you want to like DM me on Instagram or Twitter and talk about your shit. Like, I'm always down to listen, because there's a lot more to my family than just like that short little like 10-second video, you know what I mean? Like, I mean 10-minute video, whatever. I am gonna go for a triple upload today, so this isn't the only thing you'll see being posted. I'll go back on like my entertaining shit, but yeah, that's that. I really, the only reason why I made this is just to give some insight and to just share some of my family shit, because if you know, when I started this channel, that was like the whole purpose, to like start like building like a group of people that like almost like a family, you know what I mean? Like that was pretty much like my whole goal. Like I want people like involved, like I want people to know what's going on, like I want everyone to know that like it's okay to be open, and it's okay to say these things, and like it's okay to like be open and be out there. And if you ever need someone to talk to, or you just need a space to like let it all out, like I am here. I have been through so much shit with my mother, and I'm always down to have a conversation with someone about like their family situation, like their relationship situation, because God knows I have relationship issues too, like it happens. So that's that. If you watched this whole video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have something you need to say, feel free to say it in the comments. But it's love. Appreciate it. Yeah, wavy baby.